Hey guys, welcome. Today we are looking at solving for the left hand side, which is cos 75. We are actually proving that cos 75 is equal to the right hand side, which is square root 2, open bracket, square root 3 minus 1, close bracket over 4. We are actually dealing with the special angles. Remember, we have three types of special angles, which is 30 degrees, 45 degrees, and 60 degrees. Now, first thing first, we are going to expand the value of cos 75 by using the two of the three of the given special angles. Now, we are going to have cos 75 and manipulate it by using two of the three of these special angles. Now, what will happen is that we are going to say cos, open bracket, 45 degrees plus 30 degrees, which gives us 75 degrees when we add them together. Now, moving right along, we expand the cos of the special angles inside the brackets by using the compound angles of cos. The compound angle of cos is cos 45 degrees multiplied by cos 30 degrees minus, remember the laws of the compound angles of cos says that when we expand the compound angle of cos, the sign changes. Then we have a sine 45 degrees multiplied by sine 30 degrees. Now remember guys, they said we should solve for this without using a calculator. Therefore, we should not see any decimal number here, and we should also utilize the table of special angles to solve this for this problem. Remember, we have three trigonometric ratios that you should use for solving this question, which is sine, cos, and tan. Now, the table says that I have three special angles that I'm going to use to solve for this problem, which is 30 degrees, 45 degrees, and 60 degrees. Now, when I have sine 30, it gives me a half. And then for sine 45 degrees, it gives me 1 over square root 2. For sine 60, it gives me square root 3 over 2. For cos, it gives me square root 2 over 2. And then for cos 45, it gives me 1 over square root 2. For cos 60, it gives me a half. For tan, it gives me 1 over square root 3. For tan 45, it gives me 1. For tan 60, it gives me square root 3. So I'm going to use this table to solve for this problem. Now that the problem is expanded, we are going to use this table by looking at each and every values of this expression. Now let us look at cos 45 degrees. Cos 45 degrees, we look at the cos. We go to cos 45 degrees, it gives us 1 over square root 2. We have 1 over square root 2 multiplied by cos 30. Cos 30, it gives us square root 2 over 2 minus sine 45 degrees. I have a sine 45 degrees. Sine 45 degrees, it gives me 1 over square root 2 multiplied by sine 30. Sine 30, it gives me a value of half. Now we are moving, guys. Here we actually have square root 3 over 2, not square root 2 over square root 3 over 2, square root 3 over 2. Sorry for that. Now we multiply. I multiply the numerator with the numerator, a denominator with the denominator. I multiply the numerator with the numerator, denominator with the denominator. So I have 1 times the square root of 3 is square root of 3 over square root 2 multiplied by 2 is 2 square root 2 minus 1 times 1, I have 1 over 2 times square root 2, I have 2 root 2. Now when I get there, I look for the lowest common denominator, which is 2 square root 2. And then how many times does this denominator go into that denominator? They cancel each other one time. So 1 times the numerator is square root 3 minus how many times does that one go into that one? They cancel each other. And then I have 1. Then the problem is solved.